I'm very happy that you took the time today, Aryan, and I would like you to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself, and then if you would be so kind to tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from and how you got in contact with robotics or engineering in general. And then maybe we can spend a little bit of time of what you're doing today and what you're planning in the future. But welcome.
Yes. So first of all, thank you, Hilary sir, for giving me this opportunity here, and also taking your valuable time to take me on your podcast as a guest. So hi everyone, I am Aryan Jagushte. I am from India, and I am officially a bachelor's of robotics engineer now. And it's the journey was really good uh, in the robotics engineering side as a bachelor's of robotics engineer. And now my current role is as a robotic software engineer at a startup where I work upon the robot operating system and also the AI side of robotics as well, especially computer vision. So that's my role as a robotic software engineer in the startup. And besides my job, I also love to build kind of community stuff. So I record my videos and post them on YouTube. And I have some videos on YouTube, like 50 Days of Robotics and some podcast as well. So I'm going with that. And also trying to build a community where students can get a chance to learn about robotics and also all the college stuff and how I can be valuable to the students and also the robotics enthusiasts as well. And apart from this, also I take some sessions on with college engineering colleges where I give some kind of seminars and especially interactive seminars. I like to interact with the students and help them out. And also I conduct some online one-to-one sessions where I try to guide the students in terms of their career or else especially in the field of robotics. So yeah, that was about me.
Yeah, Ayan, I contacted you because I had a lot of founders recently and a lot of people that are in the industry. But I have a big audience in India and I have a lot of requests. So I thought this was a good opportunity. A friend of mine, he is from India as well, and he was in 2 episodes much earlier in the podcast series. And we were talking about how people that are in the university or about to enter university are still struggling with finding the right path, finding the right curriculum and what to do. This is the reason why I wanted to have you as a guest, especially as you are very familiar with ROS. And I get a lot of requests when it comes to these kind of topics. So maybe you can tell me a little bit about how you entered university and how you decided which courses to take and which direction to go.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, the point that you said about in India especially, it is really hard to get into the bachelor's in robotics now or else in the technology side as well. So this topic is really interesting, I must say, how I got into the engineering stuff and how was my journey. So will it be fine if I mix my journeys from school days till the engineering days in between?
Please, definitely.
Yeah. So first of all, going with the engineering part, at the time of the pandemic, the Corona pandemic, it was 1.5 years online and then 2.5 years offline. It was my 4 years of course. So it went like this. So actually, I entered into robotics by watching the movie Iron Man, and it can be funny for for some people, but that's true because from that it went into my subconscious mind that I want to do I want to build Iron Man basically. And at that time there was no such term robotics for me or in India especially. There was no such specialization that you have to do robotics engineering and then you can build a Iron Man or something like that. But when I asked my relatives like how to do these kind of stuff, then they said me you should become a mechanical engineer and then you can do your master's in robotics. So it will give you a better kind of clarity in terms of technology, and also it will clear your concepts. So but like I was really rushing to like how should I get into this field. And after school days, like in my school days, I was a moderate student, not really a kind of studious person or something like that, a kind of shy and introvert person. And then in India, we have 11th and 12th grade, where we have to give joint entrance examination, that is JEE, to enter into engineering colleges, especially the IITs and NITs. If you have heard about IITs, like they are the prestigious colleges in India.
Okay.
And yeah, that's why. So many people go with that examination, and I also did the preparation for that examination. Like I have to do the engineering part, but like my dream was never to join IITs or get into that. But I just wanted to do robotics. That's but like I was not able to perform really well in that examination, so it was a kind of failure for me. But finally, I got into robotics. Luckily, that could be because we have 4 years, and in the first year, that is my admission year, uh, the robotics branch started. Like, you have to select your stream. So I selected automation and robotics as my bachelor specialization, and that was my first batch, which was started in my institute, in my college itself. So it was also risky for me because here we don't have such big companies in terms of robotics in India. There are startups, there are good companies, but frankly speaking, currently in current scenario, the big companies are very limited. Yeah. So at that time,
Excuse
I
me.
took robot. Yeah.
So when you were talking about the companies or the startups, so because India is massive, right? So which area we're talking about?
Okay, okay. In terms of robotics, like if you want to become a robotics engineer and then get a job as a robotics engineer, then the companies are very limited who are offering special roles. Like you are a robotics engineer at this particular company, you will build robots, you will work on the robotics stuff. So likewise, I wanted to say. So those companies are limited for now.
No, what I wanted to ask is like location wise, which parts of India are
Oh,
we talking
okay.
about? Sorry.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, sorry. So currently, I am in my like in the state of Maharashtra, which is in Pune. Actually, we have cities like Mumbai, Pune. You may have heard about Mumbai, and Pune is situated nearby Mumbai itself. So
Okay.
currently, talking only about Pune, we have good startups. Okay, we have this topic like about companies in India. Then, if you talk about the cities, then Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Noida. These are some cities where robotics companies are more uh, startups, or else you can also say companies. So in the southern region of India, or in the western, or else in the middle region of India, you can say. So
Okay,
the
thanks.
companies are, the companies are good in terms of robotics. So like, I didn't really think about like I have to do a kind of job in terms of robotics, but I just got into the flow. Like let's do these kind of things because I was not really interested into other parts of engineering, but I went with robotics. And in my engineering time, as said in the I said in the beginning, it went online because of the corona pandemic about 1.5 years. So I got this time to explore new things. Though it was online, but I explored in terms of new things like what is freelancing, what is social media marketing. I know this is non-technical stuff, but still I explored these things like how to do video editing and all those things. And I did a little bit kind of freelancing because I wanted to become financially independent at that time. I don't know why I did this, but I was really fascinated with freelancing. So
So
I
why you're
was
still at university?
okay. Why I selected that university, right?
No, I was asking. So you said you got interested in becoming. You became interested in being having an entrepreneurial mindset and do freelancing. But this happened during your studies.
Yeah, yes, yes. During my studies itself, like in India also, like many students like me will suffer that you are not able to get kind of practical knowledge in college,
Mm.
but you have to do it on your side, like on the self-learning part. Because we have one saying here that you will not learn more practical things into your college lectures, but you will get more practical things in your college clubs by joining some robotics clubs in your college,
Mm.
meeting the seniors, learning from them, watching YouTube videos, tutorials, getting some extra courses online. So that's how it goes in India, especially in the engineering colleges. So you have to figure out your own way. So that made me like, why should not I do freelancing? If I have to do on my own, then I can also do freelancing uh, in anything. So this made me demotivated in terms of robotics. Like my starting 2 years went into the non-technical stuff more, and side by side I was doing some kind programming in terms of Python programming, C++ programming, like what are sensors, what are actuators, all those basic robotics theories. I I studied that as well, not only the technical stuff, but I was studying that as well. And I must thank that my professors were really good. They helped me a lot in terms of self-learning part, because uh, the college should also support you. If you want to do any extra things, if they support you, then you can do that kind of extra things. Because in universities in India, you should have around 75% attendance, so you will get good marks here. So yeah.
And so if you say, when you say you started freelancing because you wanted to gain practical knowledge, and so when I said earlier that the majority of people that are writing to me or that are in my DMs, they're asking for guidance in terms of what should I what sh- what which direction should I go, or how should I approach university? Should I be part of these kind of clubs? Should I do very good, or should I study more on the theoretical part earlier on, so I get a good basis and foundation, and then start to build on practical projects later on? What is your take on that?
Hmm. Right. Actually, that's a good question, and I can relate with that as well. So let's make a comparison kind of thing here. Like till now, I told my journey till freelancing, till my second year, let's say. So starting from the part like, should they do the things practically, or how should they proceed further with the engineering thing? So I will like to add here that first of all, when you are in your first year, that could be most of the audience is, I think so, engineering audience or the technical field related people. So in your first year, give time for the exploration. So if you join your college, uh, try to do as many things as you can. Join college clubs, meet your seniors, how you can build projects. If you are not able to build the project, just join the club, explore there. Like you are good with design, you are good with coding, you are good with electronics. You will only get those things by joining the college clubs. And if you are not a person who will join the college clubs like me, then you have to figure out on your own. There is no way, no shortcut on that. You have to get your hands dirty, like to do the things practically. Unless and until you don't apply the things practically, you will not get into the technicals. That could be robotics, that could be the IT jobs, or else anything, freelancing as well. Because I did video editing by editing the videos, not only watching the videos. So that's how it goes. And secondly, and also like, how should we proceed in the second year? Like the exploration thing is done. We can join the college clubs, and also we can try out the things on our own. And second thing is that focus on building connections with your faculties, that is professors. Build connection with your professors. Be really good with your professors. So whenever you get a chance, ask them any doubts you are facing, or any technical things that you are going through. Like if you are not able to get any concept, you can ask them as well. So it will really help you out in your engineering journey, not only in second year or third year, but it will help you for your all the years, 4 years, because bachelor's is on 4 years. That's why. Talking about the professors point, like my attendance was around 0%. Like I was not into the colleges, not meeting the professors, but I was good with my work. So what I wanted to say is that just be good with your work. Don't irritate your professors. Like if I had said something wrong, but don't irritate your professors. If they need your help, help them. And also keep learning continuously. Be consistent at your work, and definitely the college will help you, because ultimately college is nothing but those, like, colleges are dependent on the students itself. They want to help the students to grow. So if students grow, the college will automatically benefit. So yeah, that's how it goes. And yeah, yeah, we were on the points of friends, right? So try to build a good network of friends. Like not only good in terms of like good means those who are helping you, and bad means those who are not helping you. But sometimes the real friend is also who is not helping you, right? Because sometimes you are also like we are also doing some not really beneficial stuff for us in our college days, and a good friend is that who stops us from doing the wrong kind of things. So be be an individual who is part of a group, who has all kind of friends, like who will not only help you but also be with you, and yeah, and also help you in your journey as well. Because yeah, ultimately it's not only about helping, but you get a kind of support, I will say, that in your engineering journey, especially if now we are talking about engineering journey. Your friends will help you in all the things, because it is not only about helping and growing, but it is a bond that we will create for lifetime. So that's why I think friends are important in engineering. Yeah.
I mean, this is a soft skill that very often is not being taught, and you need, or let's say the environment or society is teaching you or not. Depends on how you see it. But as you said, building connections, this is something that is very necessary in the daily life of an employee as well, or even as a founder, right? You do need to be able to communicate. You do need to be able to make packs and work on things together. And so the university, I mean, there's always competition, right, involved, or should be, because it's a
Yeah.
driver. It drives us to become better, to do things better, to level our skill set up, or knowledge. And so if someone is joining this journey, I think they would do themselves a very good favor if they really dive into it and really been trying to be part of it, right? Even if it's hard,
Right.
because you're, let's say, you're someone who considers themselves as an outsider. I think we are in a time today where there's always opportunities to find like-minded people, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the point that you mentioned, it really makes sense, because like-minded people are not only people who are besides sitting besides you. So we can connect online as well. Like currently, you and me are communicating on this podcast. You are sitting in Germany, I am in India. So like now it is really not a big deal to find a good community, uh, like-minded people, where you are really bothering about your career, and you want like-minded people. similar to you. So if that's the case, then that's not a big deal. I think you can join clubs, you can meet people online, you can join Discord communities, Telegram channels, YouTube videos, and a lot more things. I must say, LinkedIn. So yeah, I think that's a good way. But also, I would like to mention one point is that if you are in your engineering journey, make sure that you are building people who are not only of your domain. You should also have some people who are other than your domain. I may not be correct at this point, but there should be a kind of combo. Like you have people non-technical background, of technical background, and some other people as well. Because at the end of the day, we are human beings. We are not only like living with robots or else any kind of technology. We also need some space where we can talk with people normally, and also we can discuss them. We can sometimes spend some time with them and all those things. So if that is possible for someone, he or she can make kind of mixed friends. And if it is a case like they have to focus on their career or else on their journey itself because of some circumstances, because uh, many students also face this problem that they have to do some extra earnings to spend their college fees and also to manage their expenses, daily expenses. If that's the case, I will say focus on your work, because no one else is going to look out for you. You have to manage your stuff on your own itself, because your family depends on it, or else you uh, depend on it. First priority is to you, because you have to manage your expenses. You have to complete your engineering, your specialization, and at the end of the day, you have to support your family. If that's the case, then focus on your journey, I will say. But also try to invest 1% of your time to make some friends.
The connection part and the networking part, but also the practical parts seem all very crucial and part of the bigger picture. So puzzle pieces of the bigger picture. You said that you were trying to do freelancing very early on. So, and you said this is a 4-year degree. You said that in the early beginning you had like 1.5 year during COVID, which is or was a very let's say challenging time. How did you really being able to finish university and then enter the job market? So you said that you are now employed as a software engineer, and the step of leaving university and then entering a company. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about this, and people can maybe take some notes and learn a little bit from your journey and experience.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So after freelancing, it was like, because I was also having some technical skills like coding and software, and also I tried out designing, not only the UI UX and graphic design, because I did some kind of that stuff in freelancing, but I also tried out 3D modeling, like how to do the how to design robots and build robotic models and all those 3D kind of stuff. So I explored on that. So uh, after freelancing, I must say, like, if you want to get into the job market after your bachelor's, then you should be capable enough that you have tried out different things. Like I tried out coding, then design, and also electronics, but I was not really good in that field, because I really stuck at electronics. I don't know, but maybe I have never tried it well. But still, I really don't have any interest on that side. But going with this flow, I was continuing freelancing. That's not the part that I left freelancing in my second year. I was continuing in my third year as well. And in the beginning of my fourth year, like I left the freelancing in the beginning of my fourth year. But in my third year, I wanted to say I got introduced to robot operating system because of my friend. One of my friend in my school days was at a university. He recommended me one workshop that is on robot operating system. That might help me. So I just joined that workshop as a curiosity. And after joining it, I got to know about robot operating system and how to build rovers, space rovers with ROS. That yeah, that was the workshop. But at that time, I was not having a laptop that I will download the software and work on hands-on on that. So yeah, so I just left it like what is this stuff? I don't know. I will focus upon my coding skills and then we will get back to it. Then after having my laptop, I just installed the Linux operating system, Ubuntu, and the ROS part. And I was really struggling with the robot operating system in the beginning because I was not able to get it. Like, what is this thing? Like, there are some terms like nodes, messages, topics, publisher, subscriber. Like, mm, I was just trying to mugging those definitions. Like, okay, I know what are nodes, I know what are topics, I know what is a publisher, but what is really happening in the backend, I was not knowing about it. Frankly speaking, actually, this was in the beginning of my third year, so I was not knowing about it. So I did one course on Udemy about robot operating system, and I got to know a bit about it. And then I also read some books, good books. If can I name some books here? Like,
Please.
yeah. So there are some books by Lentin Joseph. Those are really good books for a beginner. If someone want to start with robot operating system, that will help them. And there is also one book by Taylor and Francis. I will say, yeah, that is also a good book to start with ROS. Actually, that is on ROS1, but if you know ROS1, then you can shift to ROS2. That's not a really big deal. That's I would like to say. And also talking about really entering into the job market after my graduation, I would like to add one thing is that if you are planning to go with the robot operating system part, don't just blindly follow ROS. Like it is just a tool, I will say, because at the end of the day, if you know the kinematics, if you know the dynamics, if you know how design works in robotics, if you know how to build a robot, basically, then ROS is not a big deal for you. And also, there is one, yeah, sorry.
No, I was interested in, because we do know that in academia ROS is pretty big, right? That whenever I talk to people from the industry, I would not say it's non-existing, but the majority of robot systems that I see in the industry, they maybe in early stages they use some, and especially when they have working students or PhD students that are very familiar with the ROS. But in industry, I don't see it too much. So now, as you are an employee and work as a software developer, and for a company, maybe you can tell me a little bit about your experience. I mean, there's always knowledge that you can transfer, right? So
Exactly.
ideas or concepts that you can adapt to other things. But to which extent would you say that this really helped you in your journey? Because some people might ask themselves, why should I put my work and time and effort? I mean, into ROS if this will not be helping me in the industry, which is not true though. But please, maybe you can give me your take on that.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about robot operating system and the real implementation in the company, let's call it likewise. Then I will say go with the 50-50 rule. Learn ROS 50%, but also be 50% good with your core skills, I will say. So now if you are planning to become a robotics engineer, then you will be in terms of as a software engineer, you can be electronics one or the designer one. Just splitting them like in good terms, in simple terms. So if you are into coding, like I am a software one, then you should know about the languages like CPP. It's really good with hardware. So I will recommend someone who is going with software side, go with CPP, and then with Python, because Python has good libraries, pre-built libraries that really saves a lot of time. And when it comes to the integration with AI, then you have to really go with Python, I will say. But if you know the languages and some libraries like OpenCV, computer vision libraries, or I will say math behind that, how really a camera works, how computer vision works in the backend, what is grayscaling, what is image stitching, all these concepts, if you know mathematically, like for example, Jacobians, kinematics, matrices, all these concepts, if you know, then it will help you in your software journey, and I think so in design as well. So it will help you in your software journey, especially in software. And for design, if you are planning, then try to build some models, build some designs that will showcase your work on your profile. Like if you are like try to build a profile which showcases that you have built different kind of robots. For example, a mobile robot, quadrant robot, a robotic arm. There are specials. Like for example, you could be a special in building robotic arms. That's good. And if you really feel that, then go with that. But if you don't have that confidence that you are not a special in something, an expert in something, try to make your profile on all, like based upon all the projects, if possible. If that's not the case, then fine. That will not really impact uh, on your CV. But if you build a custom profile, then it will really help in the uh, to stand out from the other uh, candidates, I must. And yeah.
I mean, you're mentioning something very important, and I see this over and over again. So every now and then, people sending me their CVs and asking, "So what can I improve? What is important? What is not important?" And I'm involved every now and then in the hiring process. So even though I'm not responsible for the technical part of it, so there is always an engineer then being part of it. I'm always seeing that. So a CV can be too full, right? Having an endless list of skills. The question is, are you really that proficient in this or that, right? So really think about maybe concentrating on and focusing on a few points that I do know very well versus trying to cover a very large area. So I might be attracting a larger group of companies that I work for. So my advice here would be focusing on the things that you do know very, very well. And as you said and mentioned before, trying to really show in what kind of projects you participate and how you contributed and how your contribution really impacted the project. Because in the very end, a company would like to reduce the risk. So I have a project or I have an open role and I would like you to be part of this and fill out the role. So for me, it's important that I do know what are your skills or what are your capabilities, and if you have a portfolio that shows these kind of things. So this is the project I worked on, this is my part, so this is my contribution, and this is the impact that my contribution had, right? And so if you're focusing on those points, then you don't need to fill out 3 pages of CV versus only a few important points, right? But yeah.
Yeah, that's really great point, actually, I must say, because no one reads your 3-page CV. Everyone wants to see like your impact on the first page itself. Try to cover the important points on your first page. Like I also have my resume, or else because I'm a fresher, I create resume of only 1 page. I don't make it of 2 page. If there is any extra thing, I just skip it out. I try to put my LinkedIn profile link, GitHub profile link, and also I think so. Yeah, those are the links I try to put it out. Like if you are building a project, make sure that you showcase your project on some website or else on Git. If that's a software project or a design project, showcase your project on some website or else on GitHub. I will recommend that, because it showcases that you are really documenting your journey, and also you are worried about your projects, that you are maintaining them and trying to update those projects accordingly. So it really makes sense.
I mean, having a website shows some sort of professionalism, and if it's done right, then it's also much easier and more livable and interactive versus having a piece of paper or PDF, right? So if there's a link, I mean, having a well maintained LinkedIn page can definitely help. Like documenting what you do. I have a few other guests in my podcast that already talked about how being on LinkedIn really helped them finding a job, even though there's a lot of BS going on as well and over communicating. But if you're modest, if you're humble, if you're still just trying to be neutral, and if you're showing what you do, I think this can definitely be a plus point. And having a website where your projects are in a well formatted way, I think it definitely can help to give a company, a future recruiter, can give you a good idea, can give them a good idea about who you are and what you do. So this is a very good point. Thanks for mentioning it.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I agree on that point, like you said about LinkedIn. Uh, I will just make it short. Like, I also got my first job, like at the company or the startup I'm working with. I got it from the LinkedIn. Like they approached me on LinkedIn, like whether you would be interested to join the startup or not. So it really helps out, like if you are building your LinkedIn profile in a good way, and also make sure that if you want a job, also try to ask question to yourself, like why the company will hire you, what value can you give to that company, right? Because that company is investing some money on you because they will get some profit, or they will uh, make their organization valuable. So that's the case, they are hiring you. So don't only think that you want a job, but what value can you add in terms of your job role? That could be technical or not technical, anything. But there should be some value. Then only the company or startup will hire you. If they are benefiting from you, they will definitely hire you back.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about when you said they approached you. The things that I saw on your profile, you said you were mentioning ROS, but you're also being a tutor and mentor and giving classes in ROS, right? Having projects with people or students about these kind of projects. Maybe you can tell us a little about. I mean, these were two questions actually, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
both things.
right. So the startup approached me by watching that, like I'm doing some kind of good things in robot operating system. Actually, I am not an expert, but I try to be consistent. That's the only way I think we should work on. So the startup reached out that we are building some autonomous mobile robots. So would you be interested to join? So I visited the startup, like what are they really working on? So I got to know their vision. I got really interested, like I should give it a try. And yeah, that's how it went. Not only about the robot operating system, but I am responsible for managing all the software of the autonomous mobile robots. So that's the thing. And about the projects, like I will say, just keep working on projects. Like even if you are working, if you are a job person, mostly in your early days, like if you have some kind of experience, then that's not a problem, I think so. But if you are in your early days, like I am, like experienced, I think so, only 2 months. I have my job from last month itself. So if you are that kind of a person, then try to work upon more projects. Like even now, I'm working upon some projects with other students in my university. So it gives a kind of exposure, and you like you don't make yourself detached from the concepts. You stick to the concept, so it helps you in learning. So learning equals to earning. I, I think so. So if like just try to learn more and more, keep improving your knowledge. I think so. That's the thing. And also, I have one thing to add here, like try to improve yourself 1% daily. So it will become 365% a year. So actually, this is not my saying. One book that I read, it's Build Don't Talk by Raj Shamani. So he really mentioned that thing very well. Like if we also make it 0.1% daily, it will become 36.5% a year. So I think that's a good investment to do on like ourselves. So if that's the case, focus on your technical skills and non-technical skills as well, I will say, because at the end of the day, if you are joining a company, you have to give the interview. You have to crack the interview. If you are not able to give a proper interview, then also it can like affect. Like, can you add about interviews? Like, you have better experience on that part. So that's why.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan about this 1% every day kind of thing. It's on one part, it's very marketing wise, and on the other part, it's very mathematical. So how do you actually measure 1%, right? So I think the idea of trying to become a bit better and trying to learn every single day a little bit. So trying to understand some like reading new things can definitely help opening and widening your horizon, right? And your knowledge. So if we are able to read 10, 15, 20 minutes per day, and continuing like new books, this is continual growth. I'm not 100% sure if you can measure this in percentages, but I think the idea of not being stuck at some things is definitely worth considering. Coming back to the things that you're doing at the moment, maybe you can tell us a little bit about. You were giving us some insights about what you're doing at the startup. That maybe you can give us a broader view. What are you guys doing, and what are you guys aiming to achieve?
Yes. So basically, we are building autonomous mobile robots for now. We can move to the mobile manipulators as well, but for now, we are focusing on the AMRs for the domestic purpose and for the hospitals. So for now, like for the 1 year project, we are trying to focus upon these two domains, and after that, we will move to the warehouse automation side. So for the AMR side, like my role is to, as I said previously, to manage the software part, but at the same time, we are focusing on like how to integrate the AI with it. Like, for example, if we can say the using the depth cameras for building the 3D maps, and how we can utilize those in a better way. So that's how like things are going in the startup for now. And yeah, the projects are all around the autonomous mobile robots itself.
Are you able to tell us a little bit about the size of the company or the customers do you have? Because as I'm working with startups for quite a while now, there's different stages, right? I mean, a startup can be 3 people. Actually, a startup can be 1 person, but a startup can be 20 or 50 people as well, right? So the startup I'm working for is 240 people. So it would be nice to get a little bit more context if you're able to talk about it.
Yeah. So the startup that I'm working with is of 15 to 20 people. It's not very early stage start, but actually they were more into the AI products. Actually, I'm not to the AI team side, but I went to the robotics side. So they are now moving towards the robotics field because they have their market capture in the AI products. But now they are moving into the robotics side. So that's why they got me hired for the software engineer. And they also have the other robotics people as well, like the designers and the electronics people. But for the software side, I am the first one to be hired. And yeah, the startup is in the initial stage for the robotics.
No, I was interested about, because you said that this is the way you are communicating, this is the way you're gathering feedback from the customers, right? And I wanted to know how much, what kind of experience do you have in this kind of area, or is this something that the company is already taking care of? So when you join, this is not something that you need to consider.
Yeah, got it. So there is one advantage and one drawback as well. like if you join a startup who is trying to scale up, like my startup is trying to scale up. It has some products, but if I really, frankly speaking, it is trying to make it like much more scalable in the market to fit in the market and make their products better. So in terms of that, I get to learn more, but it also takes more time as well. Like because I have to also scratch my head to work upon the things, solve the errors, get the things, study the problem statements much more deeper because of uh, lesser team members. I would say so. It gives you a lot of work, but at the same time, it can add a valuable experience to me. But if you get a different company who is stable, or else who has a lot of experience, let's call it likewise. So if you get that company, I will suggest you can go with that as well because it will give you a team who has a lot of experience and you can learn from them, and that will really help in your growth as well. But I think both, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, because I think both the scenarios has different advantages and disadvantages.
True. What is, if you're looking into the future for the next 6 months or 12 months, where do you see yourself and where do you see the company? So this is an obvious question at the end of my podcast, but maybe you can give us a little bit, maybe you can share a little bit.
Yes. So after 6 months, I will say about myself first and then the company. About myself, like I would like to become good in terms of my software skills and also build a good community as well because I'm more interested into the community part as well. Like I want to grow the robotics community and help out the students who are struggling with their skills or else some other things as well because in colleges you have to work upon many things. So I want to do that part as well in 6 months. Also, I will learn some good like some secret things in this year only. At the end of this year, if my project goes well, I will launch that particular thing as well at the end of this year. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, that was about myself, and also I will try to work upon my skills. I will become a better robotic software engineer at the end of the year. And about my company, I will scale up, like try to help them to scale their products, make their products better.
I do like, so because this is the way I am, but sometimes the idea that what is good for me is good for others is sometimes wrong. But as a suggestion, I do like, for example, if not only marketing is doing marketing, right? As I used to, not if I use, as I used to say, but everyone is in sales in the very end, right? So you are on LinkedIn already, so you do know some sort of marketing, right? And if your company is not too stupid, they might take advantage of the few things that you know around this cosmos, right? And what I like is if marketing is, so this is something I'm aiming for, and I hope that I will be able to fulfill this. But I do really believe that marketing should be going through all different aspects of the company. If marketing only focuses on the product, then it might miss out on things that are, especially in today's time where everyone is on social media. I really like those videos from engineers. I do like the talks from people about the product and also about the non-technical aspects of it, right? Because it can inspire people to become part of a technical company without being technical, because a company always consists of more than only engineers. And I think seeing more of this, and a company that has these kind of people already should take advantage of them and ask an engineer, would you like to share a little about how our processes are, what is your workflow? Because it can only help you to recruit other good people or good employees, but it also can help with the brand building, right? So this is the kind of culture that this company has. This is the kind of atmosphere, and these are the kind of people that are working for this startup. So I think it's very valuable to give these kind of insights and incorporate them into marketing. But this is just my take on it.
No, actually, I think that is really good. Like the way you think is that's really beneficial for the startup, I think, and also it will build a better environment where all the employees or all the team members are collaborating for the startup itself and for the product, or else the complete startup can benefit from it, and it will at the like mm, the startup can gain more benefit from it, and it will definitely add value to the people as well because they will get to learn from all domains, not only the technical but also the marketing side as well.
Hmm. I'm really curious to see how things are going for you. And as I used to say on my podcast, I would be happy to have another chat in the future and see how things are developing.
Yes.
And I'm a huge fan of CVs that are not very straight. So you guys, you might end up working in a hospital, and this is as an engineer because the hospital would like to work on a robot and things about what kind of value can a robot bring to a hospital, right? And not only AGV or like a mobile robot, but maybe other things that could be automated via a robot. So let's see and talk again in the future. But I want to say thanks first for taking the time
Yes.
and giving your opinions and sharing a bit about your journey.
Right. So, like, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to uh, share my journey and introduce myself to people on your channel and also to the wider community, I must say. Yeah, that's the thing. And also, I got to learn new things by discussing with you because, uh, like, you get to learn more things like the people who are more experienced than you.
Hmm.
So that really added value to me. And if possible, let's like I will be happy to join on the next episode as well.
And it's funny that what you said last, because I remember that you were a little bit hesitant on being part of the podcast, and you just said it was beneficial for you talking to me because I'm a little bit
Mm,
further in my journey than you are in your journey. So, and then I
right.
said, look, there you need to remember yourself. There's still people being born, and there's still people. You finished your bachelor, so there's other people who just beginning their
Mm,
bachelor. So even it's just a few years you are ahead, you do know some things today that Aryan of 2019 was not aware of, right? So if you would
right.
have time to listen to you today, there's a lot of things you can learn of. So there's a reason why I invite people, not only founders and successful businessmen or people with a PhD already. So there's a reason why I'm always inviting someone who just finished their education, or sometimes maybe people who had not even started finishing the conversation.
Mm,
So again,
yeah.
it was my pleasure, and I think very beneficial for me and my audience.
Yeah. Thank you. Glad to hear that.
And take care, and talk to you soon.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.